Hello guys, this is Docm and we are playing Farming Simulator 2013. And guys, there was actually a DLC available for the game. I just bought it and downloaded it. I don't want to complain too much and I don't want to run too much, but geez Louise, this is a ripoff. Kind of. Well, 15 bucks, 15 euros that it just cost me, and I wanted to see what it is. Read it up and I thought, okay, come on, we're playing the game for a while, let's invest this money. It was 15 euros, and what did we get? URSUS update. This is the brand URSUS. Well, it gives you a bunch of new tractors here, for example, super old school thing. It's Russian, or is URSUS Russian? I think. Yeah. There's some classic URSUS machines, and this is a newer one. Small and compacted tractor with high quality standard and optional equipment. This machine is easily... Okay. Small ones, different size of URSUS tractors. Interesting. What else do we have? Bigger guns, okay. 110 horsepower. Windrower. See. Manure spreaders, a front loader they offer. That looks pretty cool. That looks pretty cool. Bale and a baling machine. Okay, round bale wrapper. Interesting. Interesting. Not too bad. We could try out this combo here. Compacting here, start to round bales. Yep. Also installed one more mod. Let me see if it worked. Yeah. I installed this thing. The R6 VRT. It's the first ever range of Lamborghini tractors with continuously variable transmission. Lets you select exactly the right engine speed. That is pretty cool. So maybe we could try to get a Lamborghini here and buy one of the sweet. Oh, there's new stuff. Okay. Our Bentley. Okay. That is the stuff we can buy. This Lamborghini costs us 160 grand. Okay, we will go for it. Yeah, so if you kind of compare it, they are giving away... We need to go back to our field. They are charging quite a lot of money for these DLCs. Wait a minute, back there. One sec, I need to find my tractor here, guys. No, 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 no. Man. ATV. Bentley. Holy cow, we own a lot of stuff. No. Okay, I'm gonna walk. Yeah, so last week the topic was, amongst others, weapon rights, and that was great. I really took a stiff position there, strong position, said no guns, there's no good argument for it, completely against it. I wanted to take a strong position to see the reactions about what I said there. And yeah, it was really interesting, and for me the conclusion really was that the idea of owning and having a gun in America or in the United States often is kind of set at the same level as the word freedom. having a gun to protect your freedom from a government that might take over seems to be the strongest argument. It is pretty interesting from a sociological standpoint because, okay, hire worker, we need to finish the field here, because yeah, this is pretty unique kind of to the United States. In Europe it's a bit different. People would not really see a gun as a means to freedom. I assume it was because, you know, the Second World War was mainly on European territory, and people really could see firsthand what, you know, a war on your own turf means. The United States basically never had a real war or invasion, let's say it like that. You know, there was of course the Civil War and things like that, but never an invasion on their country, on their ground. Maybe 9/11 was the first real exception. That was a real attack on their country, and of course Pearl Harbor, but not on the mainland. So I think maybe that could be related. You know, America has a different tradition there. So this discussion, if you want to do this discussion, I'd say the Americans should figure that out themselves, because they have their own idea of what weapons represent. You know, for European it will always be a little bit questionable, because we just have a different way of thinking there, you know. But it was really interesting for me to see, and taught me a lot about how the whole thing clicks together. And today I don't want to talk about weapons again. I want to talk about something, and that is really related to that DLC here. I want to talk about games being pirated and how pirating can affect gaming, and what I think about it in general. And there was a really nice example lately, the guys of Game Developer Tycoon. And I have to say, I played this game for many hours yesterday actually. Totally got addicted to it, and totally contemplating to do a let's play of it. And I'm pretty sure I will give it a shot. Don't know how long it will be, but I think we should play it together. It had this addictive thing I really liked. Was simple and really cool. Game made by an independent developer studio, and what they did, which was really a funny, interesting experiment, is when they were ready to release their game, they tried to do a test and released it as a torrent at the same time. So after a short while of time, I'm gonna make the story short. They figured out that about 90% of the people downloaded the game, and only 10% or so bought them, or even more crazy numbers. So that means they lost like a whole lot of money, and all their work was in vain. As a game developer, that must be really painful. You're spending a lot of time developing this game, and then basically your company is almost ruined after it. It is a problem with the pirating, of course. What they did was then the version that it put up on the torrents when you played the game after a while, and that is the big and awesome irony in the whole thing. The game is about simulating having your own game development company, and you need to produce hit games, and you need to make money by selling them, so you can survive, because as the gaming industry is a very harsh business. As soon as you go over a certain threshold, you go bankrupt and you're done with. And yeah, in this version they did put up on the torrents, they had a message after a while, which basically made it impossible to make progress in the game. Suddenly then it says, I don't know, your last game was a huge hit, but 80% of it was, let's speed up the time, was pirated, and you will not be able to make any money of it. So sorry, huge loss. And people then ran to the forums and started to complain and say like, what is that? That is totally unfair. This game sucks. You can't make any progress if people constantly pirate your game. And well, the people who did that, of course, were those people who pirated it. So it was crazy, in my opinion. It was really fun to see, but on the other hand, made it really, I hope there was a little lesson for people. So now, when I say a little lesson for people, listen. I know, for example, when you're young, And I'm gonna make a little confession here. I also, especially when I was very young, as a kid, you know, in school, when we're exchanging like games and stuff, that is actually pirating, you know. I think every gamer has somehow pirated the games somewhat. The reason was, when I was younger, of course, yeah, you don't have that much money, and buying games can be really, really expensive. But still, you want to play them. So what often happens is maybe a friend got the game, you know, and then you exchange it. I mean, in nowadays, of course, it's a completely different ball game when you think about it. Torrents and all, you know, these things. So I can understand that the developers have a bigger problem there. So I couldn't afford all games, but what happened is, because I was gaming a lot, because I also pirated games aside of the stuff I got for Christmas and things like that, I really turned into a real gamer. And as soon as I had enough money to really afford the games, I bought every single one of them, you know, and I'm happy that I have the packages here, and yeah, the full deal and the services, and can have the online features and all this stuff you sometimes or often don't get when you use pirated versions. So trying to support the gaming developers here. But yeah, first of all, before you wanna or can become a real supporter, you have to become a real gamer. So I think the gaming companies are aware of that the pirating also kind of breeds the guys that will make you rich in the future, kind of, you know, because yeah, kids game a lot, later get a job, and there will be the guys that yeah, will understand that their kids want a game, buy a PlayStation 10 for them then in, you know, you guys now, if you're young and maybe pirated a game here and there, I mean, but you will understand when your kids want a game, and if you can, you will of course try to support them. So that's some kind, of course, of a false argument. Of course, you know, directly it is like that. You would be taking away something that game developers made and didn't give them any money. It's hard to tell, you know, how you really wanna, if you really wanna harshly condemn the people, but straight legally, of course, it sucks and can really hurt certain companies. I mean, for example, Mojang, of course, they had Minecraft and they're getting filthy rich with this game, and nobody's complaining because they're doing a great job and we think they deserve it. On the other hand, you got huge publishers who sometimes do weird stuff. I mean, look, Disney Studios buying Sierra, one of the most legendary gaming studios in history, just closing them, throwing everybody out on the street. This is just one example. Or SimCity. I mean, I played the game for quite a while, and right now I have it on halt because the game really is so horribly broken, or was for a long time now. It's slowly but surely getting better, but it still completely sucks, to be honest. And yeah, then you think, why did I pay these people $100 for the deluxe version of SimCity? You think, hey, it's a great franchise, wanna support that, you know, because when I was a kid, I played SimCity, and I'm pretty sure, you know, we played it on the C64, and I'm pretty sure it was one of the games we probably pirated. You know what I mean? And I thought, I fell in love with this game franchise. Now I move in, buy the thing. Turns out it is one of the biggest fails in a long time. Well, okay, that's your risk there, but nevertheless, I bought the game and made the franchise another $100. Probably, if I would have not played it when I was a younger kid, I would have not fallen in love with the franchise, would have never bought it. So, in the long run, of course, worked out there. Can't complain, right, EA? So, yeah. I liked it, what they did there with this gaming developer thing, with the gaming developer tycoon. Was really cool and will make people think. It was a nice symbol. And a little, yeah, hello guys, look, this is how it works here. But yeah, I don't think, pirating can be stopped. In general, I'd say it is almost a waste of time for gaming companies to implement DRM measures, copy protection and everything. But because I actually think there was no copy protection yet that was not broken at some point, you know? So it's just you spend a lot of money and time developing this DRM, and you'd rather could take this money and put it into the game. Because if it's a good game, the guys who can afford it will. You see there's a lot of backing, fundraisers and things like that. So yeah, it's working out. People are willing to pay for their entertainment, for their games. It's kind of a bit of the same thing with us here on the YouTubes. Our relationship with the channel. I mean, you don't have to pay for it here, but I always ask you, or I ask you to maybe not use ad blocker. Because it would prevent me from getting paid via the ads on the YouTubes. So not greedy here or whatever, but as YouTube is my main source of income, you always try, to maximize that, of course. Because the idea is, I felt that the good thing is, if you break over a certain threshold in YouTube, and okay, I will for sure make enough. I don't have to worry about what to put out and constantly check my views. I can just play on. That, of course, affects the video making positively. When you have a bit of a sense of security, so, a feeling where you can say, hey, I can also take a risk, if this series maybe doesn't get so many views, I can still do it just because of the pure love of the games. That is what comes a bit with getting a bigger channel as well, when people support you. It's not only about the money for getting rich or something like that. It also makes more interesting content possible. So yeah, well, now every single game I ever played on the channel I bought. That is an iron rule for me, that is for sure. I would never play a pirated game on my channel, especially as you are making money of it. It's a fair use you do there. You also do great advertisement for the producers of the game in general now. If the game is not a total mess, when you test it and you find out it completely sucks, that could also happen. But normally, you advertise people. I'm pretty sure a bunch of you guys even bought a farming simulator when we started to play it. So yeah, it's definitely a win-win situation there. So yeah, I'd say I'll quickly finish the fertilizing here of this field. We're almost sitting at enough money to buy this new tractor that we bought. One of the modded ones. I want to buy the Lamborghini first. And maybe we can also try out one of the URSUS upgrades, which I still think is a bit pricey for 15 euros. So if you are a student, don't have much money, rather at the moment, if you want to spend some bucks, rather buy Game Development Tycoon. Very, very cool game. It's cheap. I think it costs $6 only, $6 or $7. You can directly purchase it on the website of the developer. I will try to include a link, and yeah, you can go there. It's a cool game. I really suggest it. You should see. It's simple, addicting, really cool. And if you are a gamer, you will enjoy it. But yeah, I don't want to spoil too much. I think, as I said, I will do it as a little mini Let's Play series, depending how successful it is. Of course, again, if people want to see more, we could even extend it, but I definitely want to give it a shot. Okay, so let's roll over here. And check out the field. It's growing. Nice. Check out the growth stage. Okay, we're getting there already. Where is my combine? JL zip code. We called her. My Bentley is better. Yeah, let's get this bad boy in position. 153,000. I think we got our Bentley back there. So yeah, of course, as usual, let me know down in the comments what do you think about the whole gaming thing. Did it make sense what I was saying? But I sure do think so. For me, it was like that. When I think back to now, why did I become a gamer? Because I had a possibility to game and I could not afford everything. And ooh, already fully grown. Yeah, that went quick. Okay, slow down time again, and we must already start to harvest here. Wow, that is sweet. Hey, out of my way. Where did you guys learn to drive? Where did you guys learn to drive? Who gave you the driver's license? Okay, here we go. Be higher. Yup. Where's our tractor? You know what? We could try the monster. Why not? Let's drive that over. And you know, guys, like, it actually happened, which is really funny. There is indeed a German Champions League final. Bayern München and Borussia Dortmund made it into the Champions League final. Is the first all-German final in history, and everybody is super excited. And in Germany, it's like the hot topic. Like yesterday, I watched Das aktuelle Sportstudio. This is like old school. Holy. Whoa, 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 whoa. What is that? What's going on here? This is like one of the most old school like sports shows in Germany. It's always Saturday evening for the people who missed the Sportschau, which is also super traditional. Football at 8:30 or so, 8:40, always in Germany, and it's a tradition. And then there's the Sportstudio. What the heck is going on? Come on, turn. Oh, jeez. Okay, we got it. So yeah, like everybody is talking about it. Football, 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 football. And you sometimes think, why the heck are people so super obsessed with football, especially here in Germany? And I tell you, I'm 100% sure it has this one reason, and it's when the war was over and Germany lost and everything was destroyed and people felt really depressed and, you know, had no identification anymore. Many of them were like following the Nazi ideology, and you know, you had some kind of a national identity, something you believed in, although it was a bad thing. And that was taken away. Then people realized, oh my God, you know, we believed in the most stupidest thing ever, racism and all these things. That was crazy. So they were like, had no idea who they were. And then in 1954, shortly after the war, when Germany slowly but surely was recovering, there was the Wunder of von Bern, when Germany became football champion, soccer world champion in Switzerland there, and yeah, it was. And ever since that, football became something that the Germans identified themselves with, and this is why it's so important. And yeah, it's a super crazy hype. Everybody's talking about it. pretty insane. Okay. Ooh, let's see. Come on. Man, we're working with some serious machinery here. Let's see. Yeah. Pretty awesome. Okay, I harvest the field here a little bit, try to make money, so we can buy some of the new mod items and have a look at them. Okay guys, I'd say we should immediately go shopping. Let's get us one of the URSUS. We want to try that out. Here the URSUS 151014. Great model name. But it looks pretty decent and it has a lot of horsepower. We will buy it. It's cheap. Okay, available at the store. So let's try to get to the store. No. Okay, let's pretend we arrived with the ATV. Okay, now we got a URSUS. Let's look at this guy. Part of the new expansion pack. Yep, nicely modeled tractor. Pretty cool. High-techy. As high-techy can be from Russia, right? Nah, just kidding. Is it even from Russia? I don't know. Maybe it's from Switzerland, you know, and or whoever, wherever. I have to check it. I should have checked it before. Hopefully I didn't look like a complete retard now. But it sounds so Russian. URSUS. Wow, but this thing, yeah. Nice engine sounds. Good handle. Ooh. Just flatlined this person there. Just wanted to take a sharp turn, but yeah, definitely good handle. And yeah, there's another thing I wanted to talk about, guys. Robotics, real quick. Robotics, interesting topic in my opinion. Because, yeah, especially here in my hometown in Karlsruhe, every year there's a very, very important robotics convention. You could not call it convention, better say conference. It's the ICRA, the International Conference on Robotics and Automation. Yeah, the Germans. And the automation. We like that crap. Sorry. So yeah, it's here. It's a big thing. It's maybe one of the most important robotics conferences in the world. And yeah, lots of people showing up from all over the world, showing new developments, new things they made, and super interesting. Get ready to browse YouTube, so search for ICRA 2013 and probably see some pretty cool new crazy stuff. I like robots, you know, who's not fascinated by robots? I mean, robots are great, and I always wondered, like, you know, at some point maybe people could have their own customized robot companions like R2D2 or something, or you know, other guys in robot history. I'm pretty sure everybody has some kind of a favorite robot. My favorite robot actually is more like a cyborg organism. It's the Terminator Mark 1. The model, you know, where they were shown originally in Terminator 1 with Arnie. And you know, if one could choose what model of Terminator you want to have, or what model of robot you want to have, I would choose that one. You know, the endoskeleton of it, it's just pure badass. Just have to say it. I mean, hire worker. I'm not saying, you know, I want this killer robot walking around and killing on my behalf, of course not. But I found the looks of this thing so damn impressive and cool. Really would love to have it. And yeah, of course, when it has only the endoskeleton, it was not that functional anymore, because yeah, the artificial tissue helped with, you know, grabbing things. You could see that it was a bit clumsy with this endoskeleton only, so yeah, it might need some modifications at the hands also, but in general the look of that thing is just badass, I have to say it. So yeah, if you could have your own robot, you know, what does that robot look like? How would it look like? Maybe you can describe it a bit. You can also send him some fan art if you want. Reddit is always a good way. Our Minecraft Reddit r/Minecraft. I check that very frequently, a few times a day, and all the fan art basically that gets posted there is seen by the Minecracker who is it who you direct it to. So it's a really good way to share your art and such. So if you want to do it, paint your epic robot, draw your robot. I'd love to see that. And what functionalities do you want from a robot? And could robots be dangerous? You know, there's always these horror scenarios. If you imagine you have all kinds of robots going on, and eventually they would turn evil and then take over. Well, there's some basic laws of robotics. Robot basically should never attack a human, or fight a human on its own will, kind of. You know, that should be important, but you never know. You know, we didn't fully understand how intelligence developed, and if you think about it, what is intelligence? It's a lot of simple objects, at least how our brain works, and they're all combined in a huge network. So eventually, if you had like a lot of robots and they would be connected with a network, they could develop their own intelligence and maybe take over. It's a fairly realistic assumption. I just broke it down to very simple. It's not that simple, but you know what I mean. So this is the big thing I think that scares people. A big thing in robotics is how to make robots acceptable in society. And there's a lot of different, amongst humans, better say, a lot of different things to consider. First of all, of course, facial expressions, looks, the way the thing would interact with you, or a robot would interact with you. And well, if you look at my most favorable robot design, the Terminator, I'm pretty sure you couldn't use that as a helper in a geriatric healthcare or retirement home, Good morning. Ready to get up? Oh my. Yeah, and then he leaves and goes like, I'll be back for dinner. Something like that. Oh man. I think that would not work out well, but yeah, I would like him. It's not always about the looks. Come on, don't be so superficial. He would have a kind heart. He would just look a bit rough. So yeah, what robots would really need to do, I mean, they should be able, for example, a good thing is, if you look at Fukushima now, if we had very good robots that could really go in there, more people could have been saved, a lot of more damage could have been prevented. Crisis, war, there's many things robots could do there. Everyday life, odd jobs could be done by robots, dangerous jobs could be done by robots. So yeah, would be really interesting. Robots could also be companions, for example, Japan, Japan and Asia in general, where people are very eager about technology and more open and very open to the whole robot idea. Robots already were used, for the elderly who are feel lonely, who have problems with contacts, their life circles getting smaller and it's hard to get out of the house and so on. They use robot companions to kind of, it was like pads, robot pads, to kind of give them some help or some company. I mean, everybody loves. Imagine, if you had a cute cat robot, a cute little robot cat. The problem is with the elderly, they want to have their cats, but they cannot take care of it. So if you have a robot cat, can never, starve or whatever. If it's a self-sustaining system that maybe goes to its charging station when its battery runs dry and stuff like that, you could have a companion for people like that. Of course, it probably would not be able to replace a cat, because I just think it's, the ethics about it is a bit weird. It's because a cat is a cat and it's not a robot. But you could really simulate a behavior of a cat, and yeah, There is IBO, and you know that's fairly primitive, but pretty impressive what this thing already could do, and it was fairly old. By now, robots can do pretty crazy stuff. You know, they're having robots walking on 2 feet, which is really challenging. They're already there that they can work fairly well, but yeah, you also have to consider, for example, somebody pushes a robot or it bumps into something. They're working on yeah, own robot language, and they're not programming it and defining it. The robots do do their kind of invent their language themselves. I saw a nice documentary about that lately on TV. It's really interesting how that works. Oh, hey. They kind of simulate environment and then let robots interact, and then they kind of define their own terminology, and so it's really interesting. There's fields where people work on visual perception, you know. I'm pretty sure many of you guys have seen this robot hand that can catch balls. You throw at him like a pro. Really crazy. Oh, there's a little bit in there still. That doesn't matter. So yeah, it is interesting. Robots are cool. Totally fascinated by it, and we will get robots, because robots is one of these. If you look at science fiction, you know, science fiction always kinds of pictures the fantasy of the humans a bit. Thus gives the inventors something to work on, basically, right? And robots, like in every science fiction movies, almost, you see robots somehow doing something more or less intelligent. Some of them super, you know, yeah, super good, better than humans. Some of them are more like dumb but willing helper guy. So yeah, really interesting. And yeah, let me know what is the areas you think robots could work in, but where is also limits, and what is the problems that come with robots. First thing that comes to my mind: everything can be done by robots. What are people gonna do? Okay, somebody needs to build robots, but maybe it's beyond our comparison of, or our idea of, going to work, making money, making a living of it. Maybe, you know, it would be possible to have a robot society that does everything for us, and we could just chill, because there would be anything in surplus. You know, maybe nobody has to really go to work, because the robots will produce and make everything for us. So, you know, this argument, there might be an argument like that in a transition phase, but in the long run that should solve itself. But I wonder about other things that would come from robots being part of society. There's a lot of theories, and yeah, we will see. We will definitely see. Whoa, no. Come on. The traffic simulation is still a bit iffy in this game. Let's try to get off of him. Cool. Alright. So, nice tractor here. Nice tractor. I'd say I'll browse, I'll skip forward a bit, get this field here done, quickly make some money, then we buy the other one, the Hurliman, which we got from the mod, and have a look at that. Alright, I'll be back. For the first time ever, I had some of my crop rotting. You can see it here. I tried it out. I want to see for once if it's possible to harvest the field if you speed up time, and it's definitely not. Some people commented about it. It should work. Why is it so foggy? Holy moly, this foggy. Super foggy. Well, that is rotten now, that's for sure. Parts of it at least. Look. You can see a different color there. Well, happens. Let's unload that. We're making money. It's actually the first time that ever happens. Cannot say it happens. And I wanted to see. Okay. I want to buy the Lamborghini to end the episode. So we can have a look at this thing as well. The URSUS tractor here, this one is pretty cool. Fully loaded, he could still go with 28 miles. Okay. So that was pretty cool. Strong engine, nice handle, pretty cheap. So yeah, if you're playing this game and you have the add-on, it's a good one. But as I said, 15 bucks for all that. I know this is one of the tractors we got from the pack, and I'd say let's quickly get out of it and have a quick look. So yeah, driving fast, 70,000, cool thing. Okay, there's an auction going on. Let's go. Ah, yeah, we can afford it. 157. Let's buy it. Oh, not yet. Okay. Should afford it any second. Then let's write. Whoop. Game just went to desktop for some reason. Then let's compress a bit to make the rest of the money. We do that, and then we can buy the new model and kind of compare what do we get for free from the mods, which is also supported by the game developers. You know, there's a difference there. So people just offer DLC and don't allow modding at all. And this, yeah, game here even has like a direct menu to access mods. So it's not like you're forced to buy expensive add-ons. That's for sure. Okay, let's do this. 95, 96, 7, 8, 99. Alright. Blanket the silo. Sweet. And let it ferment. Alright. And let's teleport to the shop. Should have our ATV there. Rotten crop, waste of time and money. Man, look at all our gear. This is complete insanity. Okay, let's do the shopping. Buy. Okay, and here we go. So yeah, this is one of the modded models now. Looking really good. Actually looking really, really cool. Handbrake. Oh. ESL limiter. Key page. Handbrake off. Oh. Okay, you can switch the attachers on off. All wheels drive. Wong. Oh, and oh, you can even have an ESL limiter. Oh, ES limiter. That is. Oh. Page key up and down. Ooh. Wow. Look at that. Blinkers. Wow. Blinkers left and right. How did I just activate these tires? Oh, okay. 6. Wow. Well, yeah. This is what you get for free. Let's say just because of the cool tires, that thing wins in any case. All wheels drive. Trucking along. Wow, look at that. Oh man, cockpit view. Looking nice. Wow. Oh man. Wow, what is that? X. Wow, that thing has a lot of functionalities. What is that 0.hour thing? Wow. I have to look into that, but whoa, look at that. Well, that beats the URSUS any day. Haha. Pretty cool. Man, we will only use it with the double tires just for the looks. See you next time, guys. Make sure to leave a like. Wow.